Red Dust Part 3, Chapter 11, Where Are We?
The Oshur-Kai emerged from folded space into silence. For long months, the only sound inside the vessel was the soft respiration of machinery and the faint hum of two artificial intelligences comparing their charts. Starlight flooded back into the viewing chambers. For the aliens, it was supposed to be going home, but 5 billion years is a long time for any system to keep its shape. Even the smallest miscalculation, as slight as one digit in a quadrillionth, could be enough to bend their path across entire light years. Where precision failed, distance would magnify any error. And so it was to the aliens. The stars, the planets, the constellations they saw were vaguely familiar, yet not quite where memory placed them. Ahead lay not a single star but two, locked together in a slow orbit. Twin suns, burning, in pale orange and white, weaving gravity into a dance their species had never experienced. And where their world should have been, there was nothing. No planet, no cradle, no home. The aliens gathered in quiet confusion that almost touched on disbelief. Were their calculations correct? Was this their sky? And then confusion turned to speculation. Charla Yen was first to voice what some may have feared. Perhaps a rogue star, he conjectured, entered their system after their departure, swallowing their homeworld in its passage as it fell into co-orbit with their native sun. The two stars they now saw might very well be the aftermath of that collision, a cosmic theft written in light. From among the various conjectures, Charla Yen's theory gained strength when their instruments probed deeper. One of the outer planets bore scars that clearly were not natural. Vast structures collapsed into red dust, geometries that matched no geological formation. And on its surface, half buried beneath eons of impact and erosion, they found architecture bearing the unmistakable traces of their own species. Yes, they had been here a very long time ago, not as explorers, but as inhabitants. A hint that their planet of origin had first stretched its hand across more than its homeworld and even beyond their own star system. So, was this voyage a failure or a success? The question lay unsettled in the air. They had not found the alien homeworld. It no longer existed. But together, the two species had journeyed far into space, beyond what the humans at least, just a short time before, thought was impossible. Perhaps both species could claim this first interstellar collaboration as their own victory of sorts. Then, as if the cosmos was mocking their uncertainty, a faint signal arrived. The Oshur-Kai's artificial intelligence interrupted. "I have received a transmission. It is very weak, but it is decipherable," announced Zerafekti, author. And then, she recognized the source of the transmission. It was her signal, the one she had launched silently many years before while in orbit around Mars. The message she had prudently beamed towards their home system, transmitted at the line frequency of hydrogen times pi. Now, across unbounded corridors of normal space and through near-infinite lines of stretched time, the signal only now reached her ears. Grandpa translated, "We are at Mars. Colonization protocol beginning. Oshur-Kai vessel Q35X91TU." The words, simple and calm, felt like a message in a bottle, sent out by their own ghosts and floating across oceans of empty interstellar space, only to return back to where it began. The ship's crew, human and alien alike, stood in stunned silence as the echo from Mars filled their chambers. Was folded space playing tricks on them? Were they at the end of their journey? Or had they only folded back to where they began? Or were they now floating in some undefined location in the immensity of space? As the twin suns burned, and the red dust of what perhaps was a vanished alien colony swirled before them, on the bridge of the Oshur-Kai, two civilizations who were not feeling very advanced at the moment wrestled with the same question.
Where do we go from here?